Yeah. There we go. Right. Good evening. Good evening, campers. Tonight's special offer is my very first motovlog. So welcome to the Revs and Reps channel. As the description states, I am a 6'2" bodybuilder with a bad temper that also commutes in and out of London on my bike to work. And today's vlog is just giving you some reasons why you should buy the Honda CBR600RR that I currently have. No, I don't mean buy this actual bike, but buy this model, because if you are a beginner just looking to get into biking, this is a super friendly package for you to start off with. It's really fun to ride. It's a super smooth package all round, really. This was the first model of bike that I got my knee down on at a Ron Haslam race day. Obviously you don't get your knee down much riding around London, which is obvious, but yeah, it's a fun bike to ride. It's actually pretty good on the fuel as well, to be fair, at least on city rides / commute, and all in all, it's not too bad on the insurance either. And yeah, generally this bike's going to be part of a custom build anyway, but the gearbox is really smooth, the brakes are good. There is no ABS on this particular bike, although I do know that some of the 600RRs do have ABS, which is a bit of a Brucey bonus if you can get it, especially if you plan on using it all year round. This is really kind of like, this is not my commuter, this is going to be, well, it is my toy and more like fun time bike. I have used it for commuting throughout the summer and, or the spring and the summer, and I will do for next year as well. You know, I will be using it for the same thing, because what's the point of having a bike if you don't ride it? However, I am off to a biblical fucking bell end. I love these pedestrians in London who just amberly stroll across the road, and they think that, you know, it's like, well, you're not going to run me over because I'm a pedestrian in the road. No, if you cross outside of a crossing, you do not have right of way. I have right of way, and I will run you the fuck over. I don't give a shit. And they do that. Oh, I saw that fucking Twitter thing, that knobhead was like, oh, run me over, fam, see if I don't call injury lawyers for you. Let's see if you can call injury lawyers for you with my back wheel parked on your face, fam. Let's see how you like that, bell end. So yes, getting back on point, just one of the major frigging gripes that I have about riding around London in general. Let me get up for that. No, I'll just wait here. I'll just wait here, it's easier. So where was I? Yeah, the insurance isn't bad. The insurance is not bad at all on this. It's actually very reasonable. Obviously it's a sports bike, you park it in London, you know, you run the risk, especially in London, which is a shame, but we are where we are, and unfortunately until the police start doing something productive about it, people will take matters into their own hands, and that I am no exception there. If someone tries to steal one of my bikes, then you're only going to get it once you pry it from my cold dead fingers, because I am gonna fight for everything I've got to retain it. Why not? It's my property. I've worked hard to earn the bikes that I have. I'd be damned if some little scrote on a fucking T-Max is going to take it away from me. Not going to happen. Not on my watch. Not going to happen. The other reason why I would buy one of these if I was a beginner getting into bikes, because let's face it, when you are new to biking, you know, chances are you've got into biking because of sports bikes. You've seen one. Some people, you know, they're more prone to the Harley Davidson persuasion, which I understand, you know, each to their own. I've owned a Harley briefly. Wouldn't really say that they're made for over here. They don't tend to deal with bends that well. But I suppose it depends how you ride them, and if you're the sort of person that likes grinding toe pegs rather than knee sliders. So up to you really on that one. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do sound nice, they sound amazing, but then every time, this is another reason why I bought this, because I wanted an inline 4 again. I do have a Fireblade, as I said, a 2013 Fireblade that's currently being rebuilt. It's costing me about £5 actually, but it's an amazing bit of kit, and I missed that scream of the inline floor. I had a Triumph Tiger Sport 1050 as my kind of secondary. Well, it became my primary, because obviously the blade's been away for so long. Kind of one tool does all bike, and I missed that outright scream of an inline 4, so I went and chopped that in and got this instead. One thing I will say about this, I think the cat strangulates it a bit, because this is the first inline, well, first any like performance bike that I've had that even with an Akrapovic slip on, it doesn't pop, bang or burble on the overrun, which is I miss it, put it that way, because I used to love that on my Daytonas, you know, with the Arrow or with the Two Brothers exhaust. You'd have that kind of thing going on, and it was nice. So I do miss that. So, but funny enough, I was talking to a good mate of mine yesterday, because I went up to his to pick up the bike chalk and bike ramp, because I am going down to Cornwall tonight. I'm actually just on my way home now to get my to go and get a hire van, so that I can then this is biblical, isn't it? Come on. Oh, I should have just gone round the other side of the island, but of course that's technically illegal and you can't do that, and can't be seen to be doing that. So even though every other fucker in London does it. Anyway, I digress. I am in fact down to, wake up you bellend, I am in fact going down to Cornwall tonight, fuck out of the way, to, right, so yes, so tonight I am off down to Cornwall. Well, I'm off home now, and then when I get home I've got to go straight and get a hire van. And when I pick that up, I just kind of come home, load it up with the wheel ramp and with the bike ramp and the wheel chock, and yeah, get ready to, oh come on, get ready to rock and roll, because I'm gonna leave tonight. Epic biblical road trip down to Cornwall to pick up one of these, an ER6F. That's going to become my winter hack. This is going away to have a custom bike rebuild done on it. Another one of the many reasons why you should buy one, because it's so highly customizable, particularly if you get an H&M quick shifter on one. They are amazing. I had one on my very first Fireblade, which was a 2009. I got an H&M put on it. Oh, it's like shifting through butter. It is so amazing, so smooth, you just can't beat it. So yeah, so I've got that to do tonight, and then obviously, like I say, the format for this is going to be I'm going to change the colour scheme on it quite a bit actually. At the moment it's all jet black. I'm going to get the wheels done red and a few other bits. Oh, come on. Well, he's moved over, thanks boss. Where the hell he came from. But he can stay there. Yeah, it gets a bit dicey through this bit, so you have to excuse me. And it's my first vlog, so I apologise if I'm wandering off on a tangent every so often. In terms of comfort, well, I'm 6'2" and I don't feel scrunched up on this thing. In fact, this is probably one of the most comfortable sports bikes I've ever ridden in comparison with my Blade, with Gixxers. Although with Gixxers I will say this, you can move the foot pegs, so it's a lot easier when you're taller. This I can survive on for the commute without being, you know, too moody or whatever. But in terms of, you know, could I do like a full tour of Europe or something on this? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to be honest. If you're in the market for a 600, then one of these is a fabulous bike to have. Do I agree with what the manufacturers seem to be poking at, which is that you know, the 600 market is dying out? Well, what are you doing, mate? Because I can't get through him, can I? Not unless you move. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, mate. So yeah, it's one of those things. I don't think that the 600 market is dying out. If anything, I think 600s are much more usable on the road. Much more usable on the road. You know, I love my Fireblade, and don't get me wrong, I love the power and I love the fact that it just destroys every supercar out there. Like, just destroys them. But this destroys most of them. And I love destroying Fiesta STs. I just got to put that in there. And yeah, there's a bit of ego talking and all this, that and the other, but I'm sorry, but I love it, because those little idiots think that they own the road, and I just love ruining them, especially when they got a bird in the front seat. It's like, yeah, I just ruined you in front of your missus. I think 600s are much more usable on the roads. And to be honest with you, they're much more usable in all weather, unless you've got one of the brand new models which have got, you know, on these liter bikes, you've got rain mode and penis mode and, you know, vagina mode, whatever. Then I don't think it's worth taking the risk. Just get yourself, I mean, well, look, it's your personal choice, isn't it, at the end of the day, what you want to ride. Personally, for me, I think the 600 is a perfectly balanced package for the road. And I think it's, you know, I've been riding for 7 years. I'm not Marc Marquez, I'm not Valentino Rossi. You know, yes, I've got my knee down, but do I get my knee down every ride? No. I've only ever got my knee down on track, I haven't got it down on the road. Does that make me less of a rider? No. But does that make me a fast rider? No. So, you know, it depends on what you want, but I'm saying, if you're starting out to biking or you're new to biking and you want to get your skill set up and you want something that you can learn on the